when it comes to communication. If you are communicating to the general public and you're the only one who understands the communication, then you are not communicating. So if Dr. Kumar is telling us something, and I saw you and Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa try to haggle with him about the communication they have put out, and he's saying you don't understand it. The question I ask myself is, you are a lawyer and you are an accountant communicating to the Ghanaian at large who doesn't have expertise in that area. It's like me, a pharmacist and a biomedical scientist, trying to explain something about COVID and talking about reproductive numbers and multiplicity rates. I am not communicating. If you cannot bring that information to the level of the average Ghanaian, then I'm sorry, you are not going to convince me. So the simple answer to your question is, with less than 50% accounted for, and the communication being all over the place, and me being expected to have a degree in chartered accountancy to be able to understand it, I still think there's a lot more. And I think this would be unraveled by the parliamentary, the joint committees looking into this any further. That is very important. But moving forward, I think they should learn to communicate to us in layman's language. Because another thing I know as an academic is that when people communicate to you in a language that you don't understand, they simply want to confuse you. When I was a lecturer, that was what I used to tell my students. I'm quite sure some of my students, both in Kenya University and in the University of Portsmouth, are listening to me, and they'll vouch for me. I told you that if I walk into a pharmaceutical chemistry class and I teach and you don't understand, then I deliberately left my house to come to this lecture hall to confuse you because I don't want you to understand. If I did want you to understand, I would communicate in a language that would break it into sound bites that are amenable to you. Okay. That is everything I did with my communication throughout COVID. And I think the finance minister has failed in that aspect, communicating to Parliament. And I think today, Dr. John Kumar hasn't done justice to it as well.